What's up guys? Today we're covering 5 tips to make better composites. Let's go.
Okay, so to start compositing, one of the first things you want to do is try and match your scene as best as possible. Now these are 2 separate images that I downloaded from Google, and the reason I chose this background to fit this foreground is if you look at the foreground here, this person is walking and he has the sun, harsh sun on his right, casting shadows from right to left. So I tried to find a scene that fit that same idea with shadows casting from right to left, which is what I did here. Another thing you can do is match the exposure. One of the easiest ways to do this is turn the image black and white. Let's click down on the adjustment layer and add a new channel mixer. Once you've done that, click monochrome. That'll turn the image black and white, and now you can see the foreground is much more contrasted than the background. You can either adjust the background or the foreground, or both, until they match. Okay, so I increased the contrast of the background layer, and already the image looks a little bit more realistic. Let's go ahead and disable our channel mixer for now and bring the image back into full color. The next thing we can do is try and color match our 2 layers. I feel like the background has a little bit more yellow-orange in it than he does, so I'm going to add a little bit more color to his skin tones. To do this, I'm going to add a new curves adjustment and hit Ctrl-Alt-G on the keyboard to turn this into a clipping mask so it only affects his layer. Next, I'm going to go to the RGB and turn it to green, and then bring the green down on the highlights just a little bit, not much, and do the same with the blue. And now you can see the difference. Another thing you can do is add color or blend color from the background layer to the foreground layer so that it feels like it's a little bit more natural. Add a new layer, hit B for the brush tool, hit Ctrl-Alt-G to clip it down to the layer below, hold Alt to pick a color. I'm going to go ahead and pick one of these brick colors over here, and then I'm just going to paint over our foreground. Now I know this looks a little crazy, but what we can do is use the blending options and then blend if controls by holding Alt and clicking and dragging the shadows, then decrease the opacity until you have the look you want. Let's do the same thing for the shadows. This technique helps you to subconsciously blend the images together by using actual colors from the background image and putting them on the foreground, even if it's just a little bit. Now that the 2 images are matched pretty well together, you can give it one final color grade to bring it all together. To make a non-destructive stamp that shows everything you've done so far but doesn't affect any of the layers below it, create a new layer and then hit Ctrl-Shift-Alt-E. Now you can add a final color grade or blur or textures or anything else you want to do to really tie the image together. I'm going to add an iris blur and a few color adjustments to bring this video to an end. To blur the image, go to Filter, Blur Gallery, Iris Blur, and then adjust the filter to fit your needs. Lastly, I'm going to give this a faded, stylized look. And there you have it, a few tips to help you guys make your composites a little bit better.
All right guys, and there it is. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.